might be thinking of taking up the guitar, one of the choices that you may have to make is choosing between steel string guitar and a nylon string guitar. The guitar I'm playing here is a steel string guitar, and it does have steel strings. It has 4 wound strings and 2 plain steel strings. And I guess for the beginner, the steel strings can be challenging for a beginner when you've got soft fingertips. It can be that steel strings can tend to dig into the fingertips, so it takes a little bit of practice and resilience to get used to the strings. This style of guitar here, a narrower neck, so it's quite easy to get your hand around the neck to form the chords. And the steel string guitar is probably the guitar that you hear most of on popular music. Whenever you hear an acoustic guitar, chances are it is in fact a steel string guitar. So in brief, that's a steel string guitar. Now the nylon string looks something like this, and we say nylon string, but the term for this sort of guitar is a classical guitar. And classical guitars have been built like this for a few hundred years. And you've got a wider fingerboard this time. And the idea behind that is in classical playing, when you're playing a lot of intricate styles like with all that finger movement, you need to be able to get clearance from string to string. So that's why it has a wider fingerboard. Of course, this makes it a little bit harder to get your fingers and hand around the neck of the guitar. So that can be a bit of a challenge. But the upside is the strings are nylon and they're much softer on the fingertips. So if you're a young learner, chances are a nylon string is going to suit you down to the ground. You can always progress on to a steel string guitar. So many people start off on the nylon strings. So there you go, you got steel string guitar with the narrow neck and the steel strings, and the nylon string guitar with the softer on the finger nylon strings but with the wider neck. Now there is a third choice. Now this guitar here, it looks like the classical guitar. It has the nylon strings, but it has the narrower neck, so you're getting the best of both worlds. You've got the nylon strings, soft on the fingertips, and the narrower fingerboard. So this is an ideal option for somebody that's just beginning, perhaps a young learner. This type of guitar is going to work really well for you. And as I've said before, you can always move on later on to steel string guitar. So now you know the difference between nylon strings and steel strings.